Hey y'all! I am very excited to do my first Sassy Sauce Polish live tonight. We have our package over here. This was sent to me by Sassy Sauce to show off to all of y'all, so I'm very excited for that. Getting disclaimer out of the way for YouTube purposes, so when I post this to YouTube, it's already done. Hi, Mighty Forge. Welcome in. I'm very excited. We are showing off Sassy Sauce Polish tonight. Hi, Laura. And then after this live, I will be doing a polish pickup live. So stay tuned and hang out if you want to. It is also a Saturday, which means tonight is a sip and swatch. I have apple cider here because we actually are a little bit chilly. It's been thunderstorming all day. I think we're like 60 degrees right now. Supposed to drop down to like mid 40s tonight. So I am just drinking some hot apple cider for my sip and swatch. But like I said, we're going to do Sassy Sauces live right now, and then we will do the polish pickup live after that. So grab your favorite beverage and get cozy, and let's just hang out tonight. Hi, Hoopty. Hi, Nails by Wiz. Welcome in. I'm very, very excited. Hoopty says hello. Mighty Forge says love Sassy Sauce. Me too. I am so, so excited to show these off to y'all. Hi, Salopes. I love Sassy Sauce. I think Carrie is absolutely amazing. So I'm very excited to show you what she has coming to her website October 24th. And then I do have in the polish pickup package, there is also what she is offering for polish pickup November as well. So we'll see Sassy Sauce again in a little bit. Hi, Salopes again. Double counts. I get it. But yes, I'm very excited. So we're just going to hop into this. As I said in the beginning, this was sent to me by Carrie of Sassy Sauce to show off. I will have this live posted here for replay for anyone who wants to watch it later or needs to watch it later, all that jazz. And it will also be posted over on YouTube. So if you find Instagram a pain to watch lives on, which I do, replays are such a pain over here, it's a lot easier on YouTube. So feel free to pop over there if you want to. You can also subscribe, so you'll get notified when I do post one of these. The handle on there is the exact same as here. It's Simply Nailing It, simply spelled with an E, like my maiden name. I know that throws a lot of people off too. Hi, Laura. Hi, oh boy. WW Wade 123. Oh, I'm sure I butchered that. I am so sorry. Let me know how to say your handle or your government name, however you prefer. It's been a hot minute since I did a live. I think it's been about a week. It's been a little bit weird. I also haven't had any swatching this week, so I'm trying to like catch up on my home office stuff and in here. And I really thought, y'all, I was so confident that I was gonna get my polish unpacked this week. That didn't happen. I have emptied off my desk because over here, which y'all never see because it's a mess, is everything that comes in swatching that I swatch and then I put down there after it's posted. And I did go through all of that and separate into like a D-stash and stuff that I'm going to keep. So I'm slowly working towards the boxes, but we're getting there. I wonder if Instagram has fixed the watcher problem. I can see government names again. Yay. Thank you. Or some of them anyways. Oh, okay, cool. All right. We're going to get into this because I can babble all night. Y'all know that. Again, this is one of our sip and swatches when we do lives on the weekends. That's what I'm going with. I'm calling them sip and swatches. You can get your favorite beverage, alcoholic or non, and just kick back in your cozy spot and hang out while we look at some nail polish. So that's what we're going to do. Firstly, I have the info sheet, which I always appreciate having all the information right there at hand. And then we're just going to pull stuff out and see what happens. Hi, Frida. Oh, that just reminded me that I didn't send it to you, Frida. I'm sorry. I usually send it to you. Actually, I should probably do that. I usually send to my program, my channel on here, because I have it for anyone who wants to just be notified of lives happening. And then there's a couple people that, for whatever reason, Instagram won't let me add to the broadcasting channel, so I usually send separate, Frida being one of them. But I forgot. So hi, Frida. I'm glad you saw it. Laura says, I have water tonight, but I'm doing dishes while I watch. Boo. Oh, yeah, dishes are no fun. Hi, Jess. Welcome. Yeah, the water is a good thing. Stay hydrated. It's great for you. That's what I drink most of the day. I just bought some cider for a puzzle night last night, and I had extra, and it's kind of chilly. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to warm up some apple cider, and that's what I'm going to drink tonight. So first up, which is so funny that that's what I grabbed first, Carrie sent me a bottle of her Plump and Juicy top coat, which I appreciate because I always try to use brands' top coats with their polishes so you can see how their formulas work together. So I appreciate that. Hi, Ashes. And, ooh, I see some shiftiness. I don't know if y'all can see that through the bubbler yet, but it's really shifty. I also just realized I got dry erase markers all over my hands, and I was writing my little post-it note info form for y'all. So that doesn't count as polish yet. It's not an official live until it's nail polish. But okay, first we have Distorted Morph. This is really pretty. It is a super, super shifty. There is definitely blue to green to pink to magenta maybe. And then flakies. I'm actually going to grab that flash so we can see if we can get this shift a little bit. Yes, look at all the colors in this. That's so pretty. And then those black flakes. Where is Jen? I'm sure she will be in as soon as her ears start burning from us mentioning her and the black flake. Look at her. Look, y'all, I can't even plan that. Jen, I literally was just saying her ears are going to start burning and she's going to be in because I was talking about her. And here this is the first polish. Okay, top coat came out. We opened a top coat. And then we opened this is Distorted Morph. And it's a beautiful, super, super shifty. And then it has black flakies in it. I was like, where's Jen? Perfect timing. All of these polishes, there are 3 polishes. They come out October 24th on Sassy Sauce's website at 11 a.m. Central Time. And they're each going to be $13. So super, super easy to remember for all of that. I love that too. But where's the end of this one? Here we go. Ashes. Oh my god, I haven't seen her nails in so long. Love shape and the boobies. Oh yes, I do have my Save the Boobies. It's my breast cancer. And my little ghost bees glow in the dark too. Yeah, I chopped them a year ago. And I actually just shortened them this week too. Like I call these my little baby fangs when they're this short. So I broke the tip of this one, I think last weekend. Right before my event, and I just filed it down to not be rough, and then I finally the other day sat down and filed them all down again. But next is Houdini. Ooh, this is super pretty. This looks like a blurple base. Y'all know we'll have official descriptions when I flip you around. Jen said, I heard that, LOL. Hi, Miss Jill. Instagram's so weird. Like, I feel like maybe y'all come in and then I get notified like 30, 40 seconds later maybe, so... Hi, Jill. I'm very excited. I'm going to be showing your polish pickup offering after this. Okay, back to the Houdini. Y'all, it's so pretty. It definitely looks like a blurple kind of base, and then it has this super high shimmer. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't even tell you all the colors that are in this. And this one is a magnetic, so we're gonna show that off. Ashes, oh my god, has it been that long that I've been off the map? I mean, I've seen you a couple times, but yeah. Life happens, man. We get it. Jill, so sorry I'm late. We just got back from Scranton. You're not late. We just started. Hi, Mama Cherry. All right, so this is a magnetic, so we're going to see if it'll work on camera. Y'all know it always likes to grab those balls. They're always in the way. Ooh, okay. I don't know if you can see it as much as I can. I'm going to grab the flash. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at how sparkly that is. This makes me think of that Hollow Aurora pigment that's kind of new on the market. I'm not sure if those are the right words. Of course, I'll read Carrie's actual descriptions we flip around. But yeah, this is super, super pretty. And then, like I said, there's one more. We have 3 polishes. These are part of the October 24th launch on Sassy Sauce's website. Hi, Crystal. Welcome in. Crystal, are you cooking dinner right now? I always do my lives while you're cooking dinner. Are you cooking dinner? What are you cooking? Jill says super pretty. Yeah, Houdini is so pretty. Ashes is gorgeous. It really, really is. And ooh, okay. This is Twisted Shifter. This is another stunning multi-chrome. Look at all the colors in that. Crystal says, no, on Saturday we order out. Hi, Hubmel33. What did you order? Y'all, I'm just kind of hungry, so I'm nosy. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous multichrome, and this is also a magnetic. I'm very excited to see. Ooh, I love when they're like an instant magnet. Did y'all see that pull? Oh, and the damn ball's in the way. Always with the balls. Yes. Okay, so we definitely have a deeper purpley base. It looks like there's some micro flakies in there, and then it has a bluish purple magnet. There we go. Very pretty. We haven't yet. You're thinking fajitas. Ooh, fajitas do sound good. I think Kevin is making some sort of pizza focaccia thing tonight. I don't know. It's something in HelloFresh. It sounds good. I know that he has to prep dough, so he's going to start making that here in just a little bit. And then you might even hear him. He's not the quietest with pots and pans, but he's going to be making dinner while we're doing lives. So I'm very excited to not to get off of here, but I'm excited for when we're done to go eat dinner. Jen, I'm going to be right back. Comments aren't loading. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, we'll be here when you get here. Asha says, ooh, we order out on Saturdays too. Nice. Crystal asks, what are you getting? I think we're doing Chick-fil-A. Okay. We very rarely eat Chick-fil-A. There was one in... Oh, Laura says hi to Kevin. I will let you know. I will let him know you said hi. Right now, he is working in the basement. He's trying to keep himself motivated to work in the office while I do this. So, yeah, we had one in our last town when we lived there. And there is one in the town where our shop is. But we don't have one here. And it's like a 25-minute drive. And I never think about it until we drive past. And usually we're like heading to a place. I'm like, okay, we're going here for lunch. And then we drive past there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that exists. I'm not sure why, but I can only see other comments when I first come in, so I keep coming in. That's so weird. Laura, I can't see comments either. I left and came back. Updates, Insta, still no bueno. Oh, man. Well, I really hate to restart this. Okay, Jen says there we go, so maybe it'll stick. I really don't want to restart since we've already opened everything, honestly. If it keeps being a problem, I will post this half and then we'll restart. But for the moment, I think we're going to go. Okay. Speaking of that, we have opened all 3 polishes because, again, it is 3 polishes. They're super pretty. I'm very excited to start swatching these. 2 are magnetics. 1 is normal. Yeah, I guess we're ready to swatch. Frida says she can see them. It's not your fault. It's just Insta lately. Okay. Laura says that. Cool. Dude, Instagram, it's just a mess. It's like every time they fix something, they break 4 other things. Like I said, I can click and see who's in the chat again. I see all of y'all, which is great. I see your government names if they're available in your bio. That's nice. I'm glad they fixed that, but I hate that it keeps being a pain on here. Jen, I just keep going. You always repeat comments so we get the... That is true. And if you do watch these on YouTube, you miss the comments anyways. I still have to figure out how to potentially do live on there and here. I am worried about the quality of that. So we'll see. Also, speaking of quality, it is pouring here. We've been thunderstorming all day. And our lovely internet, sometimes if we get a sprinkle, will go out. And we did lose internet for about half the day today. Thankfully, we were heading to go visit my dad at his rehab facility. So, like... It wasn't the biggest thing, but I was worried about coming home to no internet. Still have it. If it does drop, I will post this half and then tether to my other phone and come back on. So, like, don't worry, we will finish this live tonight. But I should preface this video with that if I lose internet and Instagram glitches on me, I will save this and then we will come back and I'll just be on my phone's internet. So fingers crossed it doesn't happen because, again, quality. I'm always afraid of tethering and then that not being good, but we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Ashes, yeah, it's still a no-go, but happy to see you either way. Man, that's annoying. So sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm going to flip you over. We're going to get into these swatches now. I am very excited. Let me zoom you in just a little bit. I made my Sassy Sauce background today. I literally was getting ready this afternoon. I was like, oh, I can do a live. And then I was like, I'll do a live tonight, but I had other projects to do. And then as soon as I started doing projects, I was like, wait, I don't have a background for tonight. So we have our nice new Sassy Sauce background. You have your info sheet here, which I did zoom in too much. Hold, please. All right. So all the info tonight, all 3 polishes I'm showing you come out October 24th, 11 a.m. Central Time. And then they're each $3. There are 2 magnetics, which I did make sure to label that so you knew which ones were the magnetics. And then they're just all on Sassy Sauce's website there. And yeah, let's get into it. I think I'm going to do the magnetics at the same time. I know I usually just follow my list, but I want to do those magnetics at the same time so they can like dry our lines on. Y'all know how I do it. We're just gonna do it. We're going. All right. So the non-magnetic is Distorted Morph. And it is a navy base with purple, orange, gold, green. I totally lost my space. Purple, orange, gold, green shifting shimmer and blue, black UCC flakes. This was named by Mary Sandberg, who is an admin in the Facebook, the Sassy Sauce Social Facebook group. Jen says, I love your Sally nail. Thank you. These are for a upcoming birthday collab, and they came out pretty cute, except for I meant to put Sally by her little outfit, and I meant to put Jack by his stripes, and I totally flipped him when I placed him, but you know, we got there. Jen says, oh, but Jesus, yes, look at those flakies. It's got the black and blue flakies in there. I feel like we're blurring a little bit. I'm gonna zoom you in just a tiny bit to get rid of that blur. Look at the beautiful shift in there though. Now, obviously that's under the arch light, so you're not gonna get that full shift constantly. But I bet this is gorgeous under low lighting too. Hold on. Okay. My arch light is all the way down. It is still on. It's all the way down. Look at that shift. Frida, is that a stamp? Yes. Sally and Jack. Well, all of it's stamps. It is from the... Oh, I don't remember the name of the plate. I have it written down. It was part of the All Mixed Up Nightmare Before Christmas Advent they did like 4 years ago, I think. They had a Nightmare Before Christmas stamping plate. So all three of the like character images are from there. And then this is, I think, a Moyo plate. And this is a random brand that shall not be named. But yeah, look at this under the lighting, under that low light. Look how shifty it is in the bottle. I'm very excited. I'm going to turn that light back up and we're going to get it on our swatch wheel, which is a brand new swatch wheel because this is our first Sassy Sauce live. Y'all, did I tell you how excited I am? I'm so excited to have Sassy Sauce to show off to y'all. I absolutely love Carrie and Sassy Sauce. She makes gorgeous, gorgeous polishes. All right, here is our first coat. Look at that beautiful blue base, and then you have that gorgeous shimmer on top. And then of course the flakes, which you can see the blue flakes. They do pick up blue in that shift. I'm not sure I've seen blue flakes used all that much. And we have polish on the hand. We are an official live. Crystal says, that's pretty. I agree. It's beautiful. I really do love those blue flakes, just the way they pick up that light. Just realized I didn't turn on my filter. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm very excited to see this in its second coat. I do wonder if this is going to be one that's just going to have so much more depth if we do a third. So we'll do a second and then we'll evaluate if we want to do a third on the tip. But it's beautiful. That gorgeous shimmer in there. Ashley says, I love oil slick looks. Yes, this is so pretty. I love the flakes in this. So that was one coat of Distorted Morph. And then we have our two magnetics. So we're going to switch to individual swatch sticks for those. I'm going to grab out my Glamour gear just to make it easier to show everything. Hi, Miss Holly. How are we tonight? This is a official sip and swatch. So grab your favorite beverage and chill with us while we show off some Sassy Sauce Polish. Hi, Polish Book Lover. Speaking of sips, I'm going to have a sip there of my apple cider. All right, so y'all know the drill. We are going to do clear swatch sticks for the magnetics. We're going to do bar magnets as well as velvet, so I can show them in both. Holly says, hello, you're doing well. How are you? I am doing well. I am very excited to be back on a live. It's been way too long. All right, first we're going to go into Houdini, which is so beautiful. It's a violet base with sparkling ghostly green hollow magnetic effect particle. When magnetized, it leaves a coppery sparkle in the background. Carrie says, I love this with the velvet effect. It is not an in-your-face magnetic. However, it does give a unique effect. And this is the one that was named by Mary Sandberg. Hopefully I'm not butchering her name. And as I said, she is an admin of the Sassy Sauce social Facebook page. If you are not part of that group, you should totally join so you go see sneak peeks of stuff before it comes out. Jen says, I have a birch beer. My weekend is Wednesday through Thursday. Yes, that is such a hard thing with traditional Monday through Friday 9 to 5s not being a thing anymore. I do sip and swatch for weekends because if I am sipping, which y'all, I barely drink, but if I'm having a drink, I just feel like weekends are just the time for that. That's just my definite relaxed time, but I totally get you, Jen. Holly, wish I had wine, but just flavored water. Flavored water, it's good too. You can stay hydrated. All right, I'm going to grab that magnet and see if we can get it to show on camera within the bottle. Y'all know those stupid air bubbles cause some issues. Okay, we saw it for half a second. Ooh, it is very pretty now. Now, it does say it's a green hollow magnetic effect, so let me get the flashlight out too. Yes. Okay, so we kind of lost the magnet a little bit, but you can see that green there. Oh, it's so sparkly. Okay, very excited to get this on our swatch stick. So we're just going to go into it. Again, we're going to do the bar magnet and the velvet at the same time. I will also show you them not magnetized so you can see that. Crystal says flavored collagen water here too. I love everyone drinking water. That's my normal go-to. I just had the cider on hand and it's kind of chilly, so... All right, really quickly, here it is unmagnetized. Oh, look at that beautiful large particle shimmer there. All right, we're gonna put it down on our bar magnets. Let me zoom y'all in just a little bit. Hi, Mallory. What night is this? This is Saturday. Aren't you working, Mallory? All right, we're gonna go in and also do a velvet swatch because y'all know I love a good velvet mani. Also, please keep in mind we're on a clear swatch stick, which does have an effect on the opacity level. Here she is again, unmagnetized. I know there have been so many magnetics coming out lately, and I have seen word that a few people are getting a little overwhelmed with them. Or there are just people who don't like magnetics. They don't want to do the work. They hate the time it takes. Y'all do not have to magnetize a magnetic polish. If you like it as is, do it. There's no reason, there's no rule, nothing that says you have to magnetize a magnetic polish. Mellor says it's raining. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I guess you can't be working outside in on a hayride if it's raining. That makes sense. Laura says that's gorgeous. I wonder if hollow magnetic pigment has gotten better. I know it used to lose its hollow over time. Oh, that's a great question. I totally forgot that was a thing. I guess because so many people don't do the hollow, I don't really think about that. But that was our first coat of Houdini, which I will show after it magnetizes. While it sets though, we're going to go into Twisted Shifter so we don't have to watch paint dry tonight. Twisted Shifter is a dark base magnetic with a pink, purple, blue, green pull that leaves copper red shimmer in the background. This is a very strong magnetic, very hard to describe. There's a lot going on to this one, but it's stunning velvet. This was also named by Mary Sandberg. I love that she has the little extra tidbits in there. This is so shifty. And then of course we're going to grab that magnet. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at all the colors in that line. That is gorgeous. That's so stunning. I'm very excited to swatch this one, y'all. And it's just so contrasting against that background. Man, I can't talk. Okay, let's get it. Let's get on a swatch stick. I can't play with it anymore, y'all. We need to get it on a swatch stick. All right, so going in with our first coat here for our bar magnet. All right, there's our first coat unmagnetized. Look at all those beautiful colors in that one. Down on our bar. And then we're gonna do the second one. Now she did say Houdini is a subtle magnet, and you can see the difference in lines. Like we have such a clear, crisp line here on Twisted Shifter, and then Houdini, you can see it, but it's not as precise there. Let's do our coat for velvet. All right. Now, while those set, we can go back and look at our Houdini ones. And we're also going to make sure to put the flash on those since it does have that hollow in there. Holly says pretty. Okay, here is Houdini. I didn't mix that right. Okay, I was like, man, did I just mix those names? Okay, here's Houdini in a line. Again, it is a subtle magnetic. You can see the line. Oh, she's going to be fun to do. You can definitely see the line there in the middle. But because it is that larger particle, it kind of blends too. It's really, really pretty. Obviously, we're going to need a second coat, like very clearly, even being on the clear swatch stick, like we're gonna need a second coat. Let me grab our flash though, so we can show that off. Look at all those sparkles. Hi T, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so it is a green hollow magnetic effect. That's so, so pretty. I'm very excited to see that built up in its next coat. And then let's grab our velvet. Hi, Sandy. Welcome in. Okay, here is our velvet one, which I feel like doesn't really show as much. That's probably because it is a more subtle magnetic. Also, I have found that the velvet really shows more on our second coat. So we'll definitely see how much it changes. You can see it just slightly, like it has pulled all the green there to the middle. Sandy says, hi, sorry, I'm late. No, you're not. I mean, you are slightly late, but that's fine. There is no timeline for these things. You pop in whenever you can. And if you can't hang out, the lives are always posted here and on YouTube for replays. Here it is with flash, so you can see all that gorgeous sparkle. Crystal said hi to Sandy. Okay, usually I don't commentate the comments quite that much, but since I know comments aren't working for some of y'all, just FYI, that's why I'm doing it. It felt a little bit awkward to announce that Crystal was saying hi to Sandy, but I feel like I should do that. And Sandy said hi back. This is beautiful. It's so sparkly. This makes me think of twinkling Christmas lights. Okay, now let's go over to, well, that one was Houdini. That was our first coat of Houdini. Now we are going to go into our twisted shifter. We're going to check those out since they've set a little bit. Here is our first coat of that one. It is a much, much stronger line. You can see those beautiful colors in there. It's the pink, purple, and the green, which I think you can see them all. Like it literally goes from pink to purple to blue to green there in the middle. I'm very excited to see this velvet, especially when we get that second coat. But it's gorgeous. Sandy says pretty. Jen says, wow, I think it's stunning. Again, we definitely need a second coat. The clear swatch stick is making it look thinner than it really is, but I think a second coat will be fine. And then let's grab that velvet. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm obsessed with it. Velvet. I can't wait to see the second coat of this. Just the way it all pulls there in the middle. I'm very excited to see this with the glass bead effect, which I will do on my swatches. This is gorgeous. Now this one doesn't have the hollow in it, but I'm very curious just to see this under a flash. Oh yeah, it's definitely got some sparkle to it. So pretty. All right, those are absolutely stunning. Knocking stuff over. So that was our first coat of Twisted Shifter. I'm going to scoot these to the side. Maybe. Why is this always the most awkward part of lives? Like just getting things maneuvered is such a pain sometimes. All right, I'm going to stick those over to the side and let them continue setting on their magnets. And we're going to go back to our individual swatch wheel here and do our second coat of Distorted Morph. Crystal says beautiful. Yeah, those magnetics are stunning. Again, all three polishes tonight. What is happening? There we go. All right, I'm going to zoom back out. Instagram said no. All three polishes tonight are $13 and they'll be available on Sassy Sauce's website October 24th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let's do our second coat here of Distorted Morph, which is a navy base with purple, orange, gold, green shifting shimmer and blue, black UCC flakes. Yeah. Also, I just realized all three of these are named by Mary Sandberg. I guess I missed that one on our first reading. So that's super fun. Here is our second coat. Oh, look at the depth of that. And it's pretty opaque. I do think we'll do a third coat on the tip just to see the difference. Y'all know I am a regular 2-coater. I am too lazy for a third coat unless a brand asks me to do it. I like to leave it at 2 coats because I know there are many of you out there like me who will settle for 2 coats, but I am curious to see the buildup of this in 3, so we'll do a third on the tip just to see. But look at those beautiful blue flakies picking up the light in there, and then just how much shift it has. Crystal says, love that. Jen said, if that's who I think it is, she names all kinds of polishes across indie brands. Oh, okay. Y'all, I'm really bad about being in the community. I love all of y'all. And I guess maybe that's not the right words. I don't go hunting for nail polish in groups. If that makes sense. I have such a large collection that I don't regularly get into nail polish groups to see nail polishes. I share swatches in them. I do love to hang out in the Lacquer Do Lashes group because it's more of a chatty group. Same thing with the Pretty Fingers group. We kind of chat more than only focus on nail polish. But I do miss a lot of like who's who in the community because of that aspect. So I apologize, especially if Mary somehow sees this, that I don't fully know who you are. I do know that she's an admin of the Sassy Sauce social group, so there's that. But Jen says, I quietly sit back in the community. I get that. Yeah, I totally get just being part and seeing the beautiful things, but not always having time to join, which is a big thing for me. I wish I could watch so many more lives, but I usually am working during them, or which I work on my phone, so then I can't just stop what I'm doing to join in, or I'm physically at the shop because we have such weird hours, or I'm driving. It is an hour drive to the shop and an hour drive home. I do a lot of things with family, and they are all, a minimum of 25 minutes away, up to an hour. So all of that I'm often busy. We have a crazy, crazy life. So I do miss out on a lot of stuff and I hate it, but okay, here is your label shot of 2 coats of Distorted Morph. Again, we will do a third coat on the tip just to see, but it's gorgeous in 2. All right. Now we're going to pop back to those magnetics, which I think I had an easier time grabbing the things for this time. Jen says, you're the only lives I watch for polish. I also like crystals. I love so many of the lives. I really do. I enjoy Latania's, obviously. I like to watch Nate when he gets on. I don't always get to do it. I'm always doing something. I wish there were days where I could sit still and do nothing, but I just can't. Sandy, I pretty much only watch your lives. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. There are lots of other lives out there. Please know that there are lots of lives. Jill does lives for her brand, and so does Tammy. Jaron is so sweet. He sends me every single live that Jill is doing, and I usually see the notification or the message from him 3 hours after she gets off. I do try to join if I can, but again, I'm just always running around, y'all. We are catching raccoons and getting trucks out of our buildings and going on crazy vacations where our car breaks down and dealing with thieves, and there's just always a mess in our lives. So just know that. All right, let's go in with our second coat of Houdini, which is our violet base with sparkling ghostly green hollow magnetic effect particle. When magnetized, it leaves a coppery sparkle in the background. This one is a not in your face magnetic. However, it does give a unique effect is what Carrie says. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see it better. Jill says, aw. Jen says, you're just the fave. Oh, I also watch Jill's. Yes, Jill's lives are so much fun. I just wish that I could pop into them more often. And I do try. I swear, y'all, I get the notification and I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and watch this. And the next thing I know, it's an hour later and I did not, in fact, sit down and watch it. That's also the ADD. All right, here it is, second coat, unmagnetized, y'all. It's stunning. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to set that down. Hopefully I didn't play with it too long. Okay, I don't think I can. I don't think I did because I believe we can see the line there. That's always the fear when I show it to y'all unmagnetized, but y'all know I'm a big fan of wearing magnetic polishes as is just because they're stunning. All right, I'm going to get this one down in the velvet section and we're going to leave them be. Sandy says, I watch Jill's when I can and just started watching Tammy. I like to watch Tammy's lives too. Again, I don't always get there, but Tammy, I love Tammy. Tammy is all over the place and her lives are so much fun. Laura, I watch most people because I'm never busy. Laura, you are busy. You just have, I feel like you have less at nighttime, so maybe that's why you get to pop in. Like you are busy. You are always doing something. You and Kyle and Maisie are off and about, and you got Mama coming over all the time. You are. Hi, Esmeralda. Okay, let's go into our second coat of Twisted Shifter. Or, I mean, because I'm so supportive. That's it. That's what it is. You're like, I got to get in here. I need to get in here for this person. And we love you, Laura. I always appreciate that you pop in my lives and you always chat so I'm not sitting here talking to myself. I appreciate all of y'all so much that, like, y'all even want to watch me. Really quickly, here it is unmagnetized. The fact that people want to sit here and watch me paint polish on plastic nails. Still, like, I can't believe y'all want to just hear me talk to myself and rattle off, and I appreciate it so much. I am almost at 150 followers on YouTube, which I still think is crazy because, like, my goal was just to get to 100. Like, I was amazed that that was even a possibility. So yeah, the fact that y'all hang out with me all the time and let me share beautiful polishes, I appreciate y'all so much. Now, can we talk about this line? Can you see that? Like, how stunning is that line already? And look at the velvet. Y'all are seeing blue from that middle of the magnet in the velvet. My angle, I'm seeing purple. You cannot see what I see. Like, it's just mind-blowing, and I can't wait to pick it up and show it to you because you're not going to believe it. Mighty Force says it's therapeutic. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I think it's wonderful. I have to listen to my own voice sometimes when I'm downloading these lives to post to YouTube, and I cringe every time I do. But I feel like that's most people. I think most people hate the sound of their own voice. All right, we are going to go into Houdini. I'm going to pick it up and show off that line. Carrie's magnetics are so good, Laura says. Yes, they are. So here is Houdini. Again, this one is a more subtle magnetic. You can see the line there and the way it's shifting. That really pretty green pigment. And then if I grab the flashlight here, it does have the hollow magnetic pigment in there. So it is very shifty and sparkly. It's gorgeous. I do think our opacity level is good in 2 coats. Oh yeah. Definitely good in 2. Also, y'all, that is marker, I promise. Not to freak anyone out. It's just marker from writing our little note earlier. Okay, so there's our 1 coat with our bar magnet, and then I'm going to grab our velvet here, which Carrie says on this one, I love this with the velvet effect. So, and you definitely see it more on the second coat. All that green just gathers there in the middle. It's super sparkly. Yeah, it's way better velvet on the second coat. Esmeralda says, gorgeous. I completely agree. Again, opacity. Yeah, we're totally fine in 2 coats on this one. So, not the fact that I prefer 2 coats, but also the fact that magnetics and you have to top coat every layer, or you have to magnetize every layer. I'm always down for a 2 coat. A 2 coat magnetic. 3 coat magnetics are just sad, in my opinion. Laura says, love these. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. And then I will give you guys a label shot in just a second because I'll have to zoom out for that. So let's pop over really quick and let's look at the Twisted Shifter again in its second coat. And then I will give you guys label shots of these magnetics. There is that gorgeous line. And again, you can see all those colors. You have the pink to purple to blue to green in there. Like no questions on what color that magnetic pigment is. I also really like that it's kind of pulling at that angle too. Gorgeous. And then of course you can see that copper red shimmery background in this. Definitely good in 2 coats. You can see that yellow peeking through a little bit, but I think it's just so bright. Here, let's put it over him. Yeah, I think 2 coats, again, totally good, especially since we're on a clear swatch stick there. If you wear long extensions or you have a strong visible nail line, I could see where maybe you'd want 3. I personally think 2 is going to be totally fine. Ashley says, ooh, the gear. Yes, I did my glamour gear. This is one of my favorite magnetic products for doing lives. So I can do the bar and the velvet for y'all at the same time. So that is the bar of Twisted Shifter. And now we are going to grab our velvet, which I'm very excited for this one to see velvet because again, this is what y'all are seeing. And this is what I was seeing. Like head on and then side. Ugh. Look at how shifty this is. I am blown away. It's absolutely stunning. Ashes as I left and came back. Got it. Crystal, I just ordered a glamour gear finally. I love mine. I have 2. I think I'm going to need a 3rd, especially if these makers keep coming out with magnetics. We're getting overloaded during lives sometimes, so I may need a 3rd one just for more space. Also, I really want another color. Like, I feel like she needs to do like a black one or I was gonna say teal, but she has a teal one. That's the first one. I don't know. We need another one. I just think they're super fun. Sandy says beautiful. Crystal says gorgeous. Mama says love that one. I do too. Look at that velvet, y'all. Look at it. Every color in that. It is just stunning. And then again, definitely opaque in 2. There's no questions on that. Esmeralda, have you tried any on that spinny contraption? I have. I did it. I actually used that. I'm pretty sure you're talking about this from Nailed It Magnetics. It is the glass bead thingy, magnetic, whatever. I actually did it on my last live. We magnetized one during the live. And I have been using it for my glass bead effect nails. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit so we can do those label shots too. I have been using it for my glass bead effect swatches. I did recently get a motorized spinning horseshoe magnet device. Laura and her husband made me one, which I am so appreciative. And I've done that on one swatch, but all of my swatches before that have been using that device, and it's fantastic if you do not have a motorized one or you don't have the skill or the thought to make a motorized one, if that makes sense. Jen says, oh, a smoky gray color for the glamour gear. Ooh, yes, a smoky gray with a little sparkle. I want just a little sparkle. Hi, Tasha, welcome in. Yeah, I think just a little sparkle to it, because I love our OG Aqua one. I love this, but I won't even pretend that the glitter in this doesn't make me happier. But I love glitter in everything. Literally, my office walls have glitter in it. I actually met someone recently who was like, did you know you could do that? And I was like, I have that. She's like, oh, I thought it was unnecessary. And I'm like, I like glitter. That's fine. We can all choose our own things. All right, here is our Houdini swatches. You have the velvet on top and the bar on bottom. This is 2 coats of Houdini. Jen says, obviously sparkle. Yes, obviously. Like, I don't even know that we needed to say sparkle, but just in case Tammy watches this, we need sparkle. Great sparkle. Ezra, I'm being cheap and thought I could come up with something from crap at home. You definitely can. I've seen people do it with a rubber band, honestly, and I don't think that's a bad idea. I just personally, I'm not creative enough. And I don't think the price of the Nailed It one is that bad. Like, I think that version, I think the white, if I remember right, the white and the black, I think are like 18, which is why I went the white, because it was the cheapest one. I will say I wish I'd gone black, because like all of my magnetic devices, there is polish all over it. But again, it just adds to our, there's even some here, it adds to our beauty wounds. So I am okay with it. But I thought that was a fairly reasonable price considering what it was and the other ones that are out there. So Laura, my nail room has sparkle walls. I love them. I love mine. Literally, I forgot it was a thing until until I was checking out. I was getting paint, and while he was mixing it, I saw the glitter at the checkout. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot this was a thing. And I sent it to Kevin. He's like, buy it. Just do it. You know you want to. And I instantly went and bought it. All right, here is our twisted shifter. You have the velvet on top and the bar on the bottom. T says, I need the spinning thing. That one particular that I just showed is from Nailed It Magnetics. I have a reel that I posted using it literally the day it came in. I show using it. I also show it compared to just the velvet, and I have them tagged in it. I also can send you a link when we get off of here if you remind me, because my ADD will forget. But there is your twisted shifter. Jen says, jealous, my mom's bathroom uses the sparkle. I love the sparkle. It makes me so happy. I don't remember who came over that someone else was like, oh, look at her walls, they sparkle. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, that's fine. It's my office. It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. Sandy says, I have it in red. I love it. Oh, yes. Sandy has the Nailed It Magnetic, which here, I can show it a little better now that we zoomed out. Also, it's always hard to see there. It's NIM. It's really hard to see on the white. Maybe there. Yeah, I can totally send you a link to it, T, if I remember. If I don't, please just message me, and then I'll remember. Frida, I have it in purple. It's cute. The spinny thing. I also have the SJ3 one. Yes, I've seen lots of versions of them. I just felt like that was the most simple version for what you're doing with it. That's my thing. Laura, I'm still trying to figure out how to fine-tune Kyle Spinner to sell them. I totally get that. I'm going to flip y'all around for a second. Actually, let me zoom you out just a little bit, and we'll put... This is... Okay. Where's my swatch wheel? Okay. I lost the swatch wheel. Oh, you know what? Hold, please. I told y'all. Look, I remembered something. Hi, Sergeant Williams. I told y'all I was going to do a third coat. Let me zoom back in. Of Distorted Morph on that. We're going to do a third coat on the tip. So look, my ADD remembered something. I can't see comments. I'll come back in. Oh, it's been such a pain, Esmeralda. I apologize. Instagram is being annoying again. All right, let's do a third coat of Distorted Morph really quick on the tip just to see what it can build to. Okay, I personally find it unnecessary. I think it added a little bit more depth to that shift, but I think... Yeah, I think you can totally get by with just two. Hi. Oh, boy. We're going to butcher that. Anil? Did I say that right? Please let me know. Welcome in. Yeah, this is gorgeous in two. I think a third if you really, really want a depth, or if you are a three-coater like Jen is. Jen is a three-coater, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's necessary. But that's my personal opinion there. I will give y'all another label shot so you can see the difference in your pictures. You can make your own decisions. I wish I could get it like more on the white so you can really see the difference there, but that's just going to cover everything. So, all right, here is your Distorted Morph. You've got 3 coats on the tip, 2 coats there at the base. Okay, now I'm going to lay them all out here so you can see them. So you have Distorted Morph on the swatch wheel, and then on our left is Twisted Shifter, and on our right is Houdini. I'm trying not to stick them together. Y'all know I'm really bad at that. Now, she did say Houdini is a more subtle magnetic, and you can definitely see, oh y'all, I can't. Everything's slipping and sliding. You can definitely see that in comparative to Twisted Shifter. Like that super strong line, and then it's just a more subtle line over here. Jen says, I prefer my creams to be 2 coaters. I totally feel that too. All right, so all 3 of these are releasing. Now we'll zoom out so you see the information. Are releasing October 24th, 11 a.m., sassysaucepolish.com, and they're all $13 a piece. Jen says, I love these all together. They really do go so well together. You have this beautiful purpley pink shimmer here, which plays off of the Houdini, and then you have the like flaky coloring here that then pops over to the Twisted Shifter. I don't know if those words all made sense, but I feel like they just all 3 balance each other really well. And again, this Twisted Shifter, if I can get it to angle, just the amount that color changes, like just angled. Like every angle picks a different color. Oh, they're gorgeous. Okay. I'm gonna flip y'all over here, and you just saw the ring light and arch light. Okay, scoot back a little bit more. So yes, lots and lots of gorgeous things tonight. Lots and lots, all gorgeous things. Yo, my brain, I swear. All gorgeous, gorgeous polishes. I'm very excited that I got to show these off to you. Huge thank you to Carrie at Sassy Sauce for sending them to me and letting me share them with y'all. Yeah, super cool. Very, very happy. We are going to do a polish pickup live, like right after this. I'm going to pop off of here, and I just have to, like, you know, move my post-its, my backgrounds, set up for the next one, and then we will do polish pickup. So probably like 3-4 minutes. Yeah, so thank you all for hanging out with me tonight and checking out these Sassy Sauce polishes, and I will see you in the next one in just a few minutes. Bye.